talking about 10 powerful money questions to reset your finances this new month, August. So I want to wish you happy new month, and I want to say that it's a brand new month, and I'm glad that you are here with me this evening. This evening, I'm talking about 10 powerful money questions that you need to reset your finances this August. So tonight we're digging deep into what many of us avoid, and that is the money conversation you should be having with yourself, or you should be having with your spouse if you are married. This video is for everyone, whether you are a woman, you are a man, you are a business person, you are in employment. This is what you should be asking yourself if you want to make improvements regarding your finances, if you want to achieve your financial goals, if you want to become financially independent and become who you are meant to be financially, then you should be asking yourself these questions, because the answers you get from these questions will determine how far you go financially. So I'm going to go deep into these questions, and I want to please ask you to please invite somebody to please share and get your writing materials so that you can get some points, put them down, learn, and also share whatever it is that you have learned with other people who will need this to reset their money mindset. So these are deep money conversations that we should be having. You should have with yourself, you should have with your family, your spouse, because these money questions affect us either directly or indirectly. And these money questions, when we get the answers, are things that are silently shaping our finances. So once again, the topic is 10 powerful money questions we need to ask ourselves in order to reset our finances this month of August. So tonight is going to be beyond the surface. So whether I said you are single, you are divorced, you are married, you are widowed, this is for you. Bashir Ahmed, thank you so much for joining me again this evening. Hello and welcome. We're talking about 10 powerful money questions you should be asking yourself in order to reset your finances this August. It's a new month, it's a new opportunity for us to start all over or to make better decisions concerning our finances. And I said that these questions are very relevant to us, both individuals and even as a couple if you are married. I wonder why you are covering your face, Bashir. Please let me know where you're watching from, indicate where you are watching from. So these talks are, essential if you want to move forward. And I believe that this month of August is a new time, is a new opportunity for us to start and for us to make things better for ourselves. So the very first one that we're going to look at, which is the basic, which is the foundation of what we'll be talking about this evening, is that number one, you should know where you are financially. Know your current location. I'm going to give this example. It's like when you are, going to a place and you do not know exactly where that place is. The person has given you an address and says, meet me at this place, and you don't know where, how to get there. What do? What you do is to get your Google map, and then you type in, oh, you are Pakistan, nice, welcome. And you type in the location into your Google map, and then what happens is that the Google map will ask for your location, your current location, and is when you give that give the address, that the Google map will then direct you and say, okay, from where you are, it will take you this amount of time for you to get to where you're going. The same thing, if you want to make progress, if you want things to change for you financially, then you need to know where you are at financially. You must know your current stand as at today. It is not about what you think, that okay, I think this is where I am financially. You need to know. You cannot tell the Google map that you think you are in a certain place. You have to give the exact location of where you are, and that is how you can get to where you are going. So the same thing when it comes to your finances. When you want to become financially independent, when you want to create wealth for yourself, you need to reset your finances. And the first thing you must do is that you must know your present, location, where you are financially. And how do you determine this? The first thing that you do is for you to know how much you earn and how much you spend. Sistrology. Okay, I don't know what that is, but nice. You need to know what you earn and what you spend. That is the first way by which you know where you are financially, your current location. And then secondly, you need to also know what you owe. The third thing is that you need to know what you own, and the things that you own are basically your assets. You need to determine, okay, do I have shares? Do I have properties? Do I have things that are assets, are investments that will increase in value? The things that you owe are what we call your liabilities. So you need to know all this. You need to know how well you are doing financially. And then another thing that you will know that will help you to determine where you are financially as at that time is for you to know how your cash flows. We call it cash flow. Simply, it means how does your cash flow? When you earn your salary, that is movement, it is coming in. And then the other part of cash flow is how does it flow? What are the things that you use your money for? This determines where your thank you, Bashir. This will determine what is happening to your money. You get money, it comes from your salary, and then how do you spend it? What do you do with it? Do you save it? Do you invest it? Or you just spend it? This will determine how you will be, what you will become financially. So you must actually know where you are. You must actually know your numbers. It is something that is the foundation that you must do in order that way, when you know where you are currently financially, other things you'll be able to then build other things on it to be able to achieve what you want to do. So financial progress begins with clarity. Financial progress begins with clarity. So the second thing is that you must ask yourself, what are my priorities for this month of August? You cannot do the things that you did in July. This is a new month and we want a reset. We want our finances to do better. We want our finances to get better. So you need to ask yourself, what are my real financial priorities? What are the things that are important for me in this month of August? What are the things that I want to achieve in this month of August? Don't forget that what may be your priority will necessarily not be what will be my priorities. But you need to understand that what are my priorities, and it is what your priorities are that will determine how then we will flow. So ask yourself these questions. Is it about my family? Is it about me savings? Is it about me, paying off debt? Whatever it is what will be your, priority. If you want, there are three things basically. Number one, you have survival. Are you just trying, to maintain your footing when it comes to your finances? Are you just starting off? Are you just starting to earn an income? Is it that you don't have anything financially? That is what I mean by survivor. Or is it stability? You have started to do something. Please type in. YouTube is astrology. Oh, okay, all right, thank you. Thank you for explaining that to me. Thank you. So you need to determine what your priorities are per time. Your priorities for this month of August might not necessarily be your priorities for the next month, but it's important that you reset and you understand, you know what your priorities are. I must say that financial seasons differ. Financial seasons differ, and in each season, you would have priorities. Imagine someone who is single. Your priority will be different from somebody who is married and who has just, started to give birth to children. Hello, Hamed. Thank you for joining. Where are you watching from? Thank you. Thank you for joining. So, the seasons are different. The seasons are different. So what matters to me will be different from what matters to another family. What matters to an individual will be different from what matters from the other individual. So at this point, this number two, you must really understand your priority. Your priority will help you to do other things. Your priority will determine what advice or what you should be doing per time. So you must learn to separate, because this is not for you to join the bandwagon. Oh, somebody is trying to do this person is trying to build a house, this person is trying to buy a house, get a mortgage or something. No, your priority is different from my priority. So the first thing I have said is that you must know your current financial situation. The second thing is that you must clarify your financial priorities, and it is with these priorities that you are going to work with. Once you start to know what your priorities are, you will now be living, you will stop living, let me put it that way, in financial confusion. A lot of people are where they are not because they're not making the money, but because they don't have clarity as to what they should be doing with their finances. So you must allow your money at every point in time to reflect your priorities, to reflect the season that you are in. Don't forget that if you use the example in the natural, you have the season whereby a farmer plants, you have the season whereby you wait for your seeds to grow, and then you have the season whereby you begin to harvest. The same thing it is with our finances. There is a time when we are starting to build our finances. There is a time where we have to wait to see the things that we are building. And then there is a time whereby we'll be getting the benefit of the seeds that we have sown. Kantagole Faluku, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. We're looking at 10 powerful money questions to reset our finances in this month of August. So let your money reflect your seasons. I have said that. So the third one we're looking at, the third money questions you should be asking yourself, is that you must ask yourself that, have I created a budget that reflects my priorities? So that is why I said that it is very important for you to set your priorities. Why? Because your priority is what will help you to create your budget. It is important that you must create a budget. This is one of the priorities. Once you must set your budget. And I have said it again and again that a budget is just simply your spending plan. It is what you're going to use to work with your money. Because when money comes to you, when you get paid your salary, or when you do a business and then you get income from it, for somebody who wants to make a success out of his or her finances, you must be able to determine what I must do with my finances. What should I do with my money per time? It's very important. And when you're going to set your budget, you must set your budget in line with the priorities. And that is why I said that you must understand your priorities per time. Your priorities will not be the same throughout your life. Your priorities will change according to the season that you find yourself. So your priorities will reflect in your budget. So if what your priority is, for instance, is that you want to start saving or you want to start investment, that should reflect in your budget. It should show in your budget, because there should be a section where you will create, savings, where you will create an investment. So your budget will reflect your priorities. I hope that is clear. Let me know if you understand the things that I'm talking about, because this is it is a class. I want us to get, it's not just for me to keep talking and talking and talking. It's for me to talk, it's for you to understand, and it's for us to, continue this journey together. So the fourth money question that you must ask yourself in order to reset your finances this month is that, number 4, you must build an emergency fund. An emergency is something that is unforeseen, something that you did not plan, but however, it happened. And I always tell people when it comes to finances that things happen. The only constant thing is life is change. And no one is prone or protected from change when it comes to your finances. So it's important that you begin to prepare. It's important that you begin to work towards any kind of emergency that may occur. Emergencies include, but they are not limited to, 1, a job loss, 2, retirement, 3, somebody, losing that particular job. So it comes in different forms. But the question is, how prepared are you when you encounter any of this financial loss or any emergency whatsoever? Imagine when you lose your job, or if you are a couple, the husband or the wife loses his or her job, and then you have to pay school fees for the children. The school will not hold on. The school will not say, oh, because you have lost your job, we're not going to collect school fees for your children. It doesn't work that way. And so it is important that you have to create your emergency fund. And how do you begin to create this emergency fund? It's something that you have to start and you have to be consistent with. And I usually will advise people, at least make sure that you have a minimum of 3 months living expense in your emergency fund. So how do you prepare? How do you go about this? The first thing is, if you want to, because some people will tell me that the reason why they don't have an emergency fund is because they don't have extra income. It's because they don't have extra money. And so I tell people that, okay, especially when you have a budget, I'm able to, or if you have an understanding, you are able to look through it and determine, is it possible for me to get extra fund from this so that I can begin to set aside an emergency fund for myself if you're an individual, or for your family if you are married? So number 1, you have to ensure that you spend less than you earn, so that the extra money you get, you are able to set it aside for your emergency fund. You have to start taking steps this month of August, so that by the end of the month, this is the 1st of August, so that by the end of the month, we can look back and say that this is what you have been able to achieve when it comes to your finances. So you must live beyond your means. That is, cut off some expenses so that you have extra income to set aside. The second thing you must do is that you must follow up. You must track your spending. When you track your spending, it will help you to determine whether the things that you are spending your money on are necessary, or whether the things that you're spending your money on are not necessary. And the third thing, advice I will give you, so that you are able to build your emergency fund, is, if possible, try and get more income. That way you are able to set some money aside for your emergency fund. But an emergency fund is something that you must have. Otherwise, if something unexpectedly happens to you financially, it might put you off completely. So we're looking at the number 5 question that you must ask yourself. Can you help me out? Yes, Michael. How would you want me to help you out? That is why we're here. How would you want me to help you out? You could type in the comment, or you can send a message to me. You can get my details in the description. My detail is there. You can DM me or send a message to me so that I can know how to help you, Michael. So the number 5 question you must ask yourself in order to reset your finances for this August is that you must understand your money beliefs. There is this thing I say: when people act the way you act, when you do certain things, I want to know, why do you act the way you act with your money? Why is it that you are a spender, or why is it that basically you are a saver? It's because you need to understand your money beliefs, and your money beliefs is as a result of, number 1, the values that you have, the things that you have seen, maybe as a child growing up, the way your parents handled money in your home. These are the things that forms your money beliefs. The things that you have seen, the way you saw people acted with money. People making statements like, no, see, money is not grown on trees, or money is just meant to be spent. When you hear such things, when you see such things, and you see people around you do such things, then it means that these are the things that are forming your money beliefs. Why do you act the way you act with money? I know the reason why I act the way I act. And I know the reason. Let me just use this example. The reason why my husband acts the way he acts when it comes to money. We're both different. We're both opposites when it comes to money. But because I have an understanding, and because he has an understanding, we have been able to build each other. And that is what I want you to know this evening. It's important for you to understand your money beliefs. Why do you or your spouse handle money the way that you handle money? What did you see, or what were you told growing up when it comes to money? All this drives, every decision that you make when it comes to your money, the way you handle money. So simply, it's important for you to have an understanding of, your money beliefs. So number 6 question that you must ask yourself this evening, so that you can have a reset of your finances this August, is that you must have a plan. You must have a plan that reflects both your current situation and also your future financial goals. It's important. The reason is because your financial plan does not just cover your current situation. Why do you work? Why are you earning money? Most people earn money and just spend money just for the current, just for the present, just for today, just for the now, forgetting that tomorrow will come, forgetting that a time will come in future when they will no longer be earning the kind of money they are earning. So that is why it is very important for you to ask yourself, do I have a plan? And if you say that you have a plan, you have to ask yourself as well, you also have to ask yourself that question: why am I, why do I have the plan that I have? It's very important. It's very important for you to know the reason why you have the plan that you have. And the important thing is that once you have this plan, your plan and your budget must work together. Don't forget that your budget is the direction. It is your roadmap. It is what guides you, what determines what you have to spend on any particular thing. So your budget and your plan must work together. Without a plan, you will only be reacting. When something comes, you will just react to it. But where you have a plan, it is important so that you are not being you are not reactionary. You are purposefully doing what you are meant to do with that money. So it's important that you have a plan that will, reflect both your current needs and also your future goals. So that is number 6. Then number 7 is you must ask yourself, am I truly empowering myself financially? For those who are here this evening, what you're doing is that you are empowering yourself financially. You are helping yourself financially. Because it may be that you do not know some of the things that I'm talking about. So you've been here this evening, or if you're going to watch the replay of this video, then it means that what you're doing is that you're empowering yourself. You are getting to know that you need to reset your finances. You are looking at the ways, the strategy that you need in order to, become financially independent. So too many people, especially women, are not empowered when it comes to, their finances. Most times you see women relying on other people, relying either on their spouse, relying on families, relying on friends, relying on their employees, relying on the government. So it's important for you to know and ask yourself, am I empowered? Can I make decisions for myself? If there is no one here to help me, can I make these decisions for myself? What plan do I have for my future? What kind of retirement plan am I, giving myself? So it's important that you ask yourself, and not fall into ignorance. Financial ignorance can be very, very deadly. It can be very deadly. So I want to ask you this evening, what steps are you taking, or are you going to take, to ensure that your finances are, you reset your finances for this month of August? Because I want to tell you that, please, and I want to appeal to you that don't end August the way you handled your finances in the month of July. If I'm to ask you, can you say that you are proud with the way you handled money in the month of July? So if you are not proud, if you are not happy with the way you handled your finances in the month of July, so what are you going to do differently this month of August? Remember, this is the 1st of August. So what are you going to do differently? So financial empowerment is important. It is wisdom, and it's something that will set you apart from other people. So you must ask yourself, how am I empowering myself? And then the number 8 thing that you must do, the number 8 question that you must ask yourself is, am I saving and am I investing intentionally? So if I'm to ask you, do you have savings? Do you have an investment? How are you working towards your financial future? A saving is a must. It is not something that you do out of what is left. Immediately you get paid your salary, immediately you make profit from your business, one of the first things that you must do is that you must pay yourself, is that you must take something from there and you must save it. A person without a savings, a family without a savings, I keep saying, is not safe financially. So you must start working towards a savings. It should be part of your budget. And I must say that a savings is certainly different from an investment. A savings is what you put aside, especially for the short time. It is what you put aside, especially for emergencies. While your investment is what will make your money to grow. It is what will help you to beat inflation. It is a must if you want to get financial independence. It's something that you must do. And so I want you to ask, I want to ask you those questions, and I want you to be sincere. I want you to be honest with yourself. Number 1 thing I want you to know, when it comes to investment, investing is not just for the rich. Rather, investing is for the wise. It's for the person who knows that I have a future tomorrow. So it's important that you must save. It is important that you must invest. So the questions I want to ask you are, number 1, Do you have short-term savings for the unexpected? Do you have? In case something happens, do you have something that will cushion you, that effect of that emergency? Number two, do you have long-term investment? Because investment is for long-term. Investment is what will, like I said, that will make your future to be secured, not the savings. The third thing I want to ask you is, do you know where to start from? Do you know where to start from? Because you might be watching me and you are wondering, what is she talking about? I'm talking about your finances. I'm talking about you resetting your finances. I'm talking about you making progress out of your finances. That is what I'm talking about. And for you that you're watching me, I thank you, because what you're doing is that you are empowering yourself. You are helping yourself. So the number 9 thing I want to ask you this evening is, the money question that you should be asking yourself is, do you have the right financial structure that is consistent with your growth? And what do I mean? Money needs structure. For instance, one of the reasons why some people don't have savings is because they say that, look, maybe the money is not enough for me, or by the time is the end of the month, there's nothing left for me to save. One of the structure you need for as a person who wants to start to save is that you can automate your savings. Just go ahead and automate your savings. What does this do? It means that once the money enters into your account, since you have automated it, you have given an instruction to your bank, what happens is that immediately that money drops into your account, the bank will remove that money and put it into that savings that you have created. That is a structure. Another thing you can do is that, look, you can designate specific goals. Account for different goals. So you can say to yourself, okay, maybe your rent is due every month, or maybe your rent is due every year. What you can decide to do is that you can automate another savings, whereby the bank removes certain amount of money from your account, so that money is put in that dedicated account for your rent, for your apartment. So these are the structures I am saying that you should put in place. So let me ask at this point, for those who are watching or who will be watching later, please, if you have not yet subscribed, I want to plead with you to please subscribe to this channel. Like it as well, and please also help to share so that this video can get to people who actually need a mind, to reset their mind as it relates to their finances. So the number 10 question, money reset, that we want to talk about this evening is, how are you protecting your assets and all that you have worked for? How are you protecting your assets and all that you have worked for? So you must ask yourself some of the things that you can do or you can put in place, the structure you can put in place to protect the things you have worked for are, number 1, you need an insurance. You need an insurance to protect you. Insurance comes in different forms. You have the life insurance, you have the health insurance, and these insurances, they are for specific things. That is number 1. Number 2, another structure or strategy you can put in place to protect your assets is for you to have a will. It's for you to have a will. And my question is, have you spoken to a lawyer? Have you spoken to somebody who could help you to ensure that your assets are properly protected? And then another thing, by which you are helping to put structure into the assets and to protect the assets that you have worked for, is for you to have proper documentation. For you to have proper documentation so that you can your documents, financial and legal documents, are easily accessible in the event that there is something, there is a reason for it to be, gotten to. So these are the things that we are looking at, and these are the money questions that you must ask yourself, you must be honest about, for you to see, what you want to see when it comes to your finances. So I'm going to go through this 10 questions that you should be asking yourself. Number one, do you know where you are financially, your current position as to your finances? Is it that you owe more, or you have more savings and investment? Number two, you need to be able to clarify your priorities. You need to know what your priorities are, because your priorities will help you to determine how you should be planning. And then the third thing is that you must create a budget that will reflect these priorities. You cannot just make a budget without putting into consideration your priorities. The fourth thing is, have you built your emergency fund? Do you have something? Do you have a cushion or a buffer in the event that something happens to your finances? Number five is, do you understand your money beliefs? Do you know why you act the way you act when it comes to your finances? Number six is that, do you have a plan? That plan, does it reflect your current needs and then your future goals as well? Number seven is, are you truly empowering yourself when it comes to your finances? Or are you just relying on others? Number 8 question that you must ask yourself is, am I saving and am I investing intentionally? Am I being deliberate about my finances? Number 9 is, do I have the right financial structure for constant growth? Because at the end of the month, you're going to be reviewing what worked for you and what didn't work. And you also have to determine, why didn't this work and why did that work? And the final thing is that, are you protecting yourself? Are you protecting yourself and the things that you have worked for? How well are you protecting yourself? So I'm encouraging you this evening, answer these questions. Your answers to these questions will determine how far you are going to go and how well you are going to go. Because the quality of your money life tomorrow, it starts from today. What you're going to be financially tomorrow, the future, is dependent and is determined by the things that you are doing today. So please, I want to encourage you, and I want to close with this night, that please, you have to be serious when it comes to your finances. Please, you have to decide that this is going to work, that your finances are going to make progress. And if you're going to make progress, these are the things that you must start with. These are the things that you must start with. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it by yourself. So I want to say thank you for watching this evening. This is how I'm going to conclude. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I want to hear from you. Which of these money questions are you going to start with? You can take maybe like 2 and start with. You don't have to start with the whole 10. I mean, you don't have to, you must answer the 10, but you don't have to start taking action on the whole 10 as well. So what I'm saying is, start small, but be consistent with what you have decided to do. So I want to say, keep working, be money wise, take charge of your finances, and I will see you at the top. So I'll be back tomorrow to continue to talk about the money and our finances. So if you have any questions, please DM me or send a message to me. So once again, my name is Modupe Vincent. Thank you for watching. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you.